Hi guys, so today is Tuesday, August 29th. I am starting the second part of my officer training update. So if you guys have not seen the first part, I will put that in the cards section so you can see kind of how the first 2 weeks have gone so far at officer training. I just got in for the day. It is just a little bit after 7 p.m. I've been up since 4:30, like I said. You are usually up and doing PT by 4:30, so you're up early and the days are long. So I figured I would start off this part of the vlog. I've had a lot of people asking me about the room. If you have not seen the first part, just a little quick recap. I am currently in a room by myself because of a dorm move. We lost some people, and we still have like over 200 people. When I say we lost some people, that just means from the people that were here, they had to go home because they did not meet the fitness standards. So there will be a physical fitness test, and you do have to pass that test or at least meet a certain baseline level. And as long as you meet that certain baseline level, even if you don't meet the qualifying pass number, you can still be put on like a special monitoring status, and they will help you come up with a fitness plan to improve your fitness score. Now, if you are at that level or higher, you are fine. If you are anywhere below that, you do have to go home, and then you will just continue processing on your base, and then you have to come back to COT later. So as you can imagine, that's a lot of work crammed into a very short period of time. So yeah, your days are long, you're up early, a lot of times you go to bed late. It's just constantly repeating. Once you get to that halfway point, things do kind of slack up and they go downhill. Since I've gotten to that halfway mark, things have sped up. I've kind of gotten into like a rhythm, and I just want to be able to look back over this experience and pull the positives, and then just think about how I was before I got here, and then think about the person that I'm going to be when I leave, and know that yes, I came here and I did change for the better. So I'm just trying to pull all those positive moments out of being here. Just really trying to watch my attitude and not be negative. So that's something that you just really have to keep telling yourself, that this is only temporary. This is not like the operational Air Force. So yeah, I just wanted to start off this second part with giving you guys a really quick room tour, because I have had a lot of people asking me about it. You guys, this isn't the Hilton. This isn't like the Marriott. This isn't the Renaissance. Like, this isn't a loft hotel. Like, this is it. This is, if you guys lived in a dorm in college, this is pretty much what you expect. You got the laundry room like down the hall with the washers and dryers. Like, you're pretty much living in like a college dorm setting. So you have to take the good with the bad, honestly. So yeah, just want to give you guys a quick update. I have a PowerPoint that I have to get started on. Well, actually not get started on, because I'm pretty much finished with it, but I just want to go through and just double check that I have everything as outlined in the syllabus for that. And then I'm going to make a couple phone calls, talk to some family members, and then I'm going to try to get to bed early, or as early as possible really. But yeah, so stay tuned guys. Have a good night. Bye. Hi guys. So today is Friday, September 1st. It is 6:40. I am back in my room. I am here to do another update with you guys. Today is September 1st, so that means there are officially 14 days left until graduation day. And I am so excited. There has been a lot of things going on. We had a surprise dorm inspection at one point a couple days ago, and there were people's rooms that were in such bad shape. Like, the whole student squadron pretty much got chewed out. We lost our phase privileges. We just had another one today with the commandant, and it did go relatively well. So we are now back at phase 2. So everybody's super excited about that. So we do have some of our phase privileges back. Tomorrow is Saturday. We will be going to the Tuskegee Airmen Museum and doing a couple things off of base. I'm currently sitting here working on some like test questions, because we have another test coming up. So a lot of you guys asked from the first video, like, what kind of things do they test you on? So they test you on just Air Force knowledge, They show a lot of PowerPoints on conflict management, unprofessional relationships, leadership skills, communication skills, just things that you need to know to be a leader. And then these PowerPoints and lectures, these will end up being things that they test you on later in the future. And then I also had a PowerPoint presentation earlier in the week as well. We did an advocacy briefing, so everybody picks a topic and then you present it within your flight. So not to the whole student squadron, but just your flight, so it's a smaller group, a little bit less intimidating. So I did a topic on, so my topic that I selected was that I think the military should increase access to behavioral health care for individuals who live in remote locations. So I kind of advocated on that topic, why I thought the military should increase funding, and then kind of elaborated on the individuals in these remote locations and why they needed this increased care. So I kind of elaborated on that a little bit. What happened today? So interesting facts of today. Like I said, we had the Commandant Dorm inspection. We had flight photos. Not a whole lot today. Today was pretty chill. We didn't have any lectures or anything. So we're just going to kind of cruise into this weekend. I'm going to focus on studying, focus on getting this material down for the test next week, and just kind of cruise right along. I hope that you guys have been enjoying the first part of the video. In relation to some of the questions that I have received as far as who comes to officer training, is not all nurses. So people here at officer training do have degrees. So I'm surrounded by other nurses, I'm surrounded by doctors, I'm surrounded by chaplain, I'm surrounded by JAGs, I'm surrounded by engineers, I'm surrounded by social workers. So it's not just nurses. So if you have any sort of degree and then you want to join, you will come in. If you're selected, you will come through officer training. Now, speaking on behalf of the nurses, because I am a nurse, speaking in relation to some other questions that I have received, I was able to qualify for my critical care specialty 46N. So that N is my specialty code, 46N3E. So that whole thing, 46N3E, is my AFSC. AFSC is your Air Force specialty code. So I'm a critical care nurse. I was able to qualify for that because after graduation, I had over a year of experience in the ICU. You are able to join the Air Force even if you don't have a year's worth of experience in any sort of specialty. You can join. If you get selected, you will come through officer training. Then you will go through what's called NTP, or Nurse Transition Program. And then you will subsequently go on to your base, but you'll most likely be on some sort of med-surg floor. If that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense to you guys. I will be going to my base and then working back directly into an ICU. Of course, I'll have an orientation period, but I won't have to go through a nurse transition program because I'm not coming straight out of a nursing program. So I'm not a new grad nurse. I have nursing experience. So I hope that kind of answers those questions that I've been receiving, because I've been receiving that question quite a bit. Oh, and another thing. So of course, everybody knows most of the time you get paid, even in your civilian job, on the 1st and the 15th. I want to let you guys know right now up front, it is not the first time that this has happened. You usually will not get paid on the 1st when you come to COT. It takes a very, very long time if you're new to the military for them to establish a pay record. And I'm going to tell you right now straight up, today's the 1st, I did not get paid. Tons of people did not get paid. Finance knows that. They're working very hard to get that straightened out. So if you're watching this and you already know that you're coming to COT or OT, I'm going to call it OTS from now on. If you know you're coming to OTS, please try to save up as much as possible. If you have credit cards, try not to have them to the max limit. You're really going to have to stretch your finances and try to save up as much as you can. They don't want to put you in a financial hardship. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be very transparent with you guys. It is very expensive straight off the gate. Like, it is very expensive. Buying uniforms, so your ABUs, your blues, tons of alterations that are needed. The sewing on of your rank and your name, just getting here, like, it's very expensive. And then there's tons of other little things that you have to buy in between. Like, I know right the very first day at in-processing, I had to give $40 for a camel bag that you have to carry around every day. As a matter of fact, it's sitting right here. Sorry, my phone's going off. There's flight photos that you can buy. It's just a lot of little things that come out of pocket. If you're active duty, by like day 4 or 5, they do give you a card that you can use in the dining facility and at the shopette, but that doesn't come to like day 4 or 5. So you're paying for a lot of things out of pocket. And if you do not have a very strong savings, I suggest that you start saving, because things get very expensive. It is not cheap once you get started. And when you expect to be paid on the first, sometimes that usually does not happen, especially for the newbies. Now, prior service, they've already got a pay record established, so that usually doesn't happen to them. But for newbies, and even speaking for myself, I didn't get paid. So I'm like, my budget was stretched thin. I'm like, okay, I got this, and this. Like, I'm being absolutely, completely transparent with you guys, because I wasn't told that. And I want you guys watching, if you're coming to OTS, I want you guys to know and be prepared. So it's like super helpful when you have someone that's already gone through an experience. And like, I was talking today in the flight room to people, like, you can't help others if you're not willing to share what you know. And if you don't know something, then when you find out that information, you're doing that other person a disservice if you know information and you don't share it. So if you have information and you don't share it, you can't help others, and you're doing not only yourself a disservice, but you're doing that person a disservice as well. So definitely try to start saving as much as you can. It does help, honestly, guys, if you're watching this, if you can get on base, if you have a family member that's service or prior service, or a sponsor, so someone at your gaining base that you've been in touch with, or even a recruiter, that's nice enough. If you know that you've been accepted and you know you're coming to OTS, if you can get your blues, ABUs, anything like that ahead of time, trust me, guys, that is the best thing to do. I had none of my blues, so I got my blues here. So your blues is that really fancy formal wear. I got that stuff here, but I had my ABUs ahead of time. If you can get anything that you can get ahead of time, trust me, it is for the best, because it will save you a lot of money. It will save you a lot of time. It will save you a lot of headache, because your time is stretched very thin here. It is very hard to go back and forth between the shopette to buy things, alterations to drop things off, alterations to go back to pick things up. Alterations is almost like cattle call. You just go drop things off, they measure. I'm not very happy with the alterations. I feel like it could have been better, especially for my formal wear, my blues. But definitely, if you can get things ahead of time, I would definitely do that. So that's my little nugget of information for today. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up right now, and I will update you guys as the days go on. Like I said, there may be a couple gaps here and there in between, but it will overall be another lengthy update. So I will be uploading this. It will probably be like another 2-week update. So it'll be kind of toward the end as my OTS time comes to an end and as I get closer to graduation. So that's enough for today, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are not new, thanks for joining me. So this is another part of my second update. If you guys have been following me, then you guys will know that I am still at officer training. I have, as of today, September 8th, 7 days left. I'm so hyped, so excited. I'm going to be marching across that parade field, leaving officer training, going on to my first base assignment. I've been doing some intermittent updates for you guys on my phone, but I actually have time now to sit down and update you guys via my camera. So that's what I decided to do. I have a lot of questions that have been asked of me through Instagram, and I figured, hey, if one person or a couple people have these same questions that I've been seeing coming up, I figured I would address them because that means other people would possibly have these same questions. So just a little bit about what's been going on so far here at officer training. So jumping into some of the questions I've had as far as what it's actually like being at officer training. So as you guys have seen from my room tour, think of like hotel, college dorm type living. So you have a room, you do have a roommate, and you guys share a bathroom, which has one shower. So think about that. You do want to try to save as much as possible because things are expensive, uniforms are expensive. Think a couple $1,000s. If you're active duty, when you get to officer training, by like day 6, 4, 5, 6, somewhere along in there, you will get an easy pay card which has $400 already loaded on there. No, the $400 is not free. It will come out of your first paycheck. The easy pay card is not optional. You are given that and you have to take it. I don't know why you wouldn't want to take it because it's coming out of your paycheck anyways. You can use that for all your meals in the dining facility. You can use it at the shop at. You can use it almost anywhere on base except for a couple places, and those places will tell you, hey, we don't take it. So that is a plus. So that's really good. Other than that, of course, off base, those type of things you have to use your own money for. Flight pictures, graduation dinner, paying for your guest ticket at the awards banquet, things of that nature. All these are your own expenses. Anytime you want to go to the BX, just certain things like that that don't take the easy pay card, those are your own expenses there as well. So definitely save, because that $400, if you're using that for your uniforms because you don't have your uniforms ahead of time, you can easily go through your $400 just like that. So definitely save, 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 save. As far as getting to your first base, you can live on base, you can live off base. It's up to you and your needs and whatever you want. I personally am going to live off base because I want some sense of civilian life. As far as my car, I'm keeping my car. Most people either drive to their duty station or they have their car shipped depending on where they're going. And I'm kind of going through these super fast, so forgive me for that. Let's see, I have my phone here. Do you get paid during officer training? Yes. If you're prior service, you should already have a pay record established, so there should be no change there, except for like the change in your pay from enlisted to officer or whatever the case may be in your scenario. For me, personally, speaking for myself, today is September 8th. I did not get paid on September 1st. I won't get paid till September 15th. But I will get back pay for the time that I have not gotten paid because it has taken a while for my pay record to get established because I am not prior service. So once again, piggybacking off of what I said earlier, that is why it is important to save, 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 because I pretty much have been living off of my savings account and off of my parents helping me. So that's why I say save, because a lot of times you won't get paid, and instructors here and other students here have even said, well, instructors have even said this is not out of the norm. A lot of people who are not prior service spend the whole 30 days at COT. They don't even get paid until their last day here, which is September 15th. But they do get their back pay. So it just takes a little bit of time for the paperwork to go up the chain of command and to do and go exactly where it needs to go. Plus you have human beings who work and who can be slow in completing their tasks, which was the case for me because my paperwork was completed, was turned in on time, was in the right location where it needed to be, but for some reason wasn't turned in to the final location before the payment cutoff date. Why? I don't know. I'm still wondering the same thing. So because my paperwork wasn't turned in before the payment cutoff date, that's why I didn't get paid on September 1st, but I'll be getting paid on September 15th. Can't do anything about it. It's neither here nor there, not harping on it, so I'm moving on. Next question. So the next question was just about like the process to get like kind of where I am now at officer training, which I talked about that in a previous video, previous video. So I'll try to link that in the card section. I'll just touch on that really quickly. I've told you guys the process is long. I started this process in March of 2016 when you guys know I was still way back at Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. I found out I was accepted in December of 2016. I had that whole long process. I was supposed to have done this officer training thing in May of 2017, and I didn't even get here to officer training until you guys know, August of 2017. So that's why I'm completing the course now, and it won't be until mid-September before I even get to my first base. So think from March 2016 to March 2017, that's a whole year. And I'm finally really getting the ball rolling with officer training come August, and then mid-September is when I will finally step foot on my first base. So mind blown right there. So long process. And I'm kind of going through this quick because a lot of these questions I've already touched on, but I just wanted to kind of reiterate on some of these because I've been getting these same questions quite a bit. And I figured this would be a good time to just kind of rehash those out for those that are wondering. So yeah, those are some of the main questions that I've seen that have been coming up quite a bit, multiple times. So I just wanted to reiterate on that. So like I said, sorry guys, I'm just so tired. So like I said, yes, today is the 8th, graduate September 15th. It's been a super long process. I've seen a lot of growth, and not just myself, but also my flight mates. It's been kind of challenging when you're with your flight all the time. Like, you literally do everything together. You eat breakfast together, you eat lunch together, you eat dinner together, you have auditorium lectures together, you have flight room lessons together, you march everywhere together. Like, you do everything together. And then if you have a roommate, it's usually somebody with your flight somebody out of your flight as well. So I'm just thankful that I actually have a room to myself, because think about it, from sun up to sundown, you're constantly with somebody. Like, somebody is constantly in your face. And just for me to come to a room where I don't have a roommate and I could just have this moment of silence, that means a lot to me. That really does. So don't watch this video and be like, oh, I watched Jay's video and she didn't have a roommate, so when I get to OTS, I'm gonna tell them I don't want a roommate. Doesn't work like that. This just happened this way, and I'm thankful that it did. There are only a couple people here that are in this same situation that don't have a roommate. So you just have to roll with it. You just have to be flexible. That's pretty much all I can tell you there. So like I said, the very last portion of this video is going to be a what to bring, what not to bring type of thing. Just kind of an overview of my time here and kind of where things are going to go for me moving forward, that sort of thing. Pretty much like a wrap up, like a summary. So that's just what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I've been up since 4:15 kinda. We did some marching practice. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm waiting for a couple people to kind of finish doing their laundry. It was like a mass production of people trying to do their laundry, so I'm gonna wait for that surge to kind of die down so I can have it available washer and dryer, because I want to do some laundry before this weekend. And then I'm just gonna try to just kind of chill out. Things are winding down. As you phase up, your instructors kind of take less of their time being super present and feeling like they need to constantly be there. So more of the leadership has shifted from them to you as individuals. So they expect the same, if not more, out of you. And so that just helps you just to learn to lead and be a leader. You still have to be on your A game. You still have to be on your P's and Q's. You never know who's watching. You never really know. Like, you don't want to slip up and make one wrong mistake and then your whole student squadron is sent back to phase 1. Like, you guys don't know what's going on. And so you just really have to be mindful. You have to help everybody. You have to help your wingman. So it's really good to have that wingman concept. I found that some of the prior military members here have been super helpful in their way of, like, their knowledge and their expertise of the military already coming in and already having that prior service experience. So definitely, like, link up with the priors, because they're super helpful. And then of course the non-priors are super helpful as well, because they can look at things with like a fresh set of eyes, like myself. So that's just a little piece of advice for you as well. But yeah, you will be tired, your days will be long, but as you progress and go through and phase up and get closer to graduation, you know, your plate kind of evens out, your schedule kind of slows down, you have more freedom, more leisure time. So they just want to see you become more of a leader and take those skills and that skill set that you already have, and they're not trying to change you, they're just trying to build you up and really take that, it's like a rock in a river that is constantly having the water flowing over top of it. Over time you have, so at one point that rock was jagged, and then over time that rock, as the current constantly flows over top of that rock, it begins to smooth out. So that's really all that they're trying to do here, is just smooth out any of those rough edges and just have you looking nice and polished and well-rounded. That's really all they're trying to do here, and it may seem irritating and it may seem annoying, and I can't tell you how many times I've thought in the back of my head, what the freak, I'm so annoyed, leave me alone, what am I doing here? Like, so many thoughts have ran through my head, but then I quickly have to remind myself, the spot that I'm standing in, the seat that I'm sitting in, the food that I'm eating, the clothes that I'm wearing, somebody right now would love to be in this spot. There's people that have been turned away. There's people whose packets have not been selected. There's people that have wanted to be here that couldn't because of a sickness or anything. So I have to constantly remind myself not to get complacent and just to take the good with the bad. So with that being said, I know once again I kind of got on like a little soapbox. You guys know sometimes I can just get started with stuff and just keep going and going and going. So with that being said, I'm going to wrap this up, and then I will update you guys again later when I have some good stuff to talk about. And I hope that you guys have been finding these videos helpful. I know a lot of you guys have reached out to me and said that you have, so that means a lot to me. If I have not said this in a while, or if you guys are new to my channel and you have not heard this, your comments mean a lot to me, your messages mean a lot to me. If it takes me a while to respond, please forgive me. I am a very busy person, but I don't want you to think that you're being annoyed. I don't want you to think that you're being ignored. And a lot of times, just your simple comments, your simple words of encouragement, they do mean a lot to me, and it just lets me know that, hey, people out here are watching, people out here are appreciating the effort that I'm putting into what I'm doing to share my information and my knowledge with you. Because just as you are watching this, looking for information and insight, I too at one point was a viewer looking for knowledge and insight, not able to find it. So I wanted to change that. So that's why I started this series. That's why I started my YouTube channel in general. And for my people out there that are watching that are wondering, okay, well, where are her beauty videos? Y'all, I can't do that while I'm here. So y'all just gonna have to wait on that, because your girl is not even wearing makeup. Like, I hope I can even remember how to like put foundation on and some blush and some mascara and blend my eyeshadow and do all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm wondering, like, okay, am I even going to be the same color match to my Marc Jacobs Genius Gel Foundation, which is my favorite, by the way, when I even get home? Bruh. I'm just keeping it real. I just had to throw that out there, because I was thinking that the other day. I was like, I've been out here in Alabama in the relatively hot sun. I hope I'm going to be the same color match, because if not, I'm going to have to hit up Sephora. I'm like, I need the color IQ, because y'all going to have to match me to my favorite foundation so we can get this beauty game back on point. Anyways, like I said, I will update you guys later when I have some more information and some more stuff to talk about. So until then, guys, bye. Hi guys, today is Sunday, September 10th. I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys for a little bit. Graduation is coming up. I'm super excited. 5 days. 5 days, guys, and I will be peeling out of Maxwell Air Force Base. I will be going home for a couple of days, and then I will be going on to Virginia to end process on my first base. So things have gotten a little bit hectic around here with graduation coming up. Then with everything that's going on with the weather, there's been a lot of changes in our schedule the last couple of days. Alabama currently is under a state of emergency, just like a couple other states with Hurricane Irma. So we're kind of just playing things by ear right now. We are officially phase 3. I don't know if I said that earlier or not. So if you guys have been watching some of my Snapchat stories and you see us going out and you're wondering why are they going out in their dress blue, so that's because in phase 3 we can go off base, but the stipulation is you have to go off in your dress blues. So that's why when we go out, we're like decked out in our dress blues. So it's different because now you're going off base, you're interacting with the public, and you're in your service dress uniform. So you're in dress blues. So I've already gotten the stares, I've gotten the looks, I've gotten the stops from people that have thanked me for my service, and that opens up a whole new conversation for me because I've only been in for a short period of time, and I've already had people come up to me and thank me for my service, and that in and of itself means a lot to me. And I still don't know how exactly to respond at this particular moment. So a lot of times I will just say, oh, thank you so much, and you're welcome. Because I personally don't feel like I've done anything to elicit a thank you. Yes, signing up for the military is a huge monumental feat, and it's definitely something that takes a lot of self-sacrifice. However, when I want to say thank you for your service for someone, the first thought in my mind goes to those that are actually on the front line and on the battlefield. Now, my career as a nurse in the Air Force will not have me on the actual front line, downrange, putting warheads on foreheads, so to speak. But I know that I will be caring for those soldiers. I will be caring for their family members. I will be caring for wounded warriors. So it's a twofold thing. I appreciate the thanks, but then I'm also like, I feel like there are others that I would want to thank before I have a thanks given to me, if that makes sense. If you're watching this, if that makes sense. It makes sense in my own mind. So there's definitely, I feel like there's definitely a reason why when you get to phase 3 in training, they have you go off base. For one, I think they try to deter you from going off base because a lot of people don't want to put their dress blues on to go off base. And for two, I think they want you to interact with the public in your service uniform to give you that type of experience as to what it's like to have those stares, to see what it's like to have people come up and thank you. I think they want to give you that experience so you'll know how to handle it while you're still in a training environment. So I think it's like a twofold thing as to why they have you do that. The next phase is phase 4, and I honestly don't know if we'll get phase 4, and we have 5 days left. Phase 4 is going off base and you can wear your civilian clothes. Whatever. Don't know if we'll get phase 4. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that's been going on in a nutshell. And I've pretty much been slowly trying to pack up things here and there. A lot of things I'm going to throw away when I leave, so I can not take a whole lot of stuff back home with me. But it's definitely been a huge whirlwind. I definitely am so thankful to have had this opportunity and to be here and to be like, wow, I only have 5 days left, and then I'm going to be out in the operational Air Force. No longer in this training environment, no longer in this little safe bubble that has been created for us. So I'm going to be expected to take everything that I've learned and incorporate that into my new career, to my new lifestyle. So in talking with my sponsor a little bit about my schedule going forward, of course in processing and then my new orientation, so I will be on day shift for a while, so that'll be good. They can't just throw me back on night shift, so that will be fabulous because my body is not conditioned for night shift right now. I'm so deconditioned from night shift, like it will take my body a while to get back used to that when it's time for me to go back on nights. So like I said, I'm critical care. I'll be in an inpatient ICU unit. So yeah, I think that's really all I wanted to talk about today. I know this last part of this video, as far as update wise, has kind of been sporadic because I've kind of just been going here and there, everywhere. There's been so much stuff going on, and then a lot of stuff started happening with the weather, so it just threw things kind of out of whack. So I haven't really been able to devote a whole lot of time to really update you guys like I did on the first part. So I've just tried to talk to you guys as much as I can, answer questions here and there, incorporate clips of things that have been happening and things that I've been doing. So I just really tried to do as much as I can to keep you guys involved and to bring you guys along as to what's going on. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this portion, and then I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hi guys. So I'm filming on my phone. I'm currently in the flight room, today is the day, September 15th, graduation day. So as you guys saw from some of the earlier footage, yesterday we had our awards banquet. Today we did some dorm cleanup, so things were super hectic. Everyone had to clean up their rooms, clean up the hallways, like just pretty much clean up the dorms. So I'm over here in the flight room, waiting for my other flight members, waiting for my family. They're waiting for their families. We're all going to gather here together for some certificate presentations, and then we're going to do the actual graduation parade march ceremony type thing, and then we'll be released. And oh my god, it's finally here. Like, I can't believe it. It feels like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders. I can't believe today is the last day that I'm going to see some of these individuals that I've grown to know and come to be friends with over these past 5 weeks. Such a bittersweet moment, but I'm so excited to move forward and go out into the world, go out into the operational Air Force. This is not going to be my last Air Force style video. Of course, you guys know I am ready to jump back into making my videos and jumping back into the beauty world and just jumping back into the nursing world and being on base, being back in critical care, back in the hospital setting. So I've definitely got so much stuff to share with you guys. I just want to do a quick update. Today's graduation day. From here, I will head back home for a little bit, and then I will head to Virginia for end processing onto my base on Monday. So I've got a lot of things happening. I don't know when you guys will be seeing this video, when you guys will be watching this. So I don't know when I'll have it up online for you guys. So yeah, just bear with me, stay tuned, follow me on social media so you can keep up with what's going on. And then other than that, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.